Hi, this is Katie Shell. I'm an intuitive healer and spiritual counselor, and today I want to talk about holding space for people and how, as a healing tool, it's extremely effective and extremely important to create safe spaces for people to tell their stories, to say the things that are important to them, to feel seen, to feel heard, for their experiences to be real and to know that they're not alone. And so part of that is that other people have to be there to hold space for that. There has to be a receiving end of that, somebody who is there to listen. And what can happen, and what will often create problems and challenges for people in doing this, is that you have these things that you want to talk about and you want to share, and you just need to talk about them. The other person wants to fix them or heal them, or their own issues are activated or triggered by them. And so what happens, what can happen is then it doesn't become healing. It becomes, it brings up more stuff. And then people get more hurt and more challenges. And eventually those, every challenge allows you to look deeper and understand things better. So even if this does happen, it's not that anybody did anything wrong. It's that hopefully that you can learn how to do it better in the future, or understand who the right people are and the right situations for you to share things, and or the right people to receive things from. Because what can happen is then, if you are wanting to hold space for another person, and or they're asking for you to hold space for them. They're not asking. That's part of the problem. Actually, that's part of the issue. Is people don't ask for permission first. They just start spewing stuff. All of their feelings start coming out, and you're like, wait a minute, I'm not in a place for this. Sometimes you can be. Sometimes you're ready. Sometimes you're willing. Sometimes you are grounded and centered, and you're strong enough in your own foundation that you're not going to be activated by their issues. You're not going to want to heal them. You're not going to want to fix them, or whatever it is that they're experiencing. They may want you to fix them, or they may want you to heal them, or validate them, or whatever, and you might not be in a space where you are able to do that. And then that creates more problems. So asking permission first is really important. Can you hear this story? And when somebody says, I don't think so, allowing that to be okay, and knowing that that doesn't mean that you don't get to tell your story. It means that this person cannot receive your story right now. Also, of course, as the person who is listening and wanting to hear and wanting to give and wanting to care, and I care about your problems. I love you. I care about your problems. I want to help you. I want to hold space for you while you express them, but I can't. I have enough of my problems of my own right now that I need to deal with, and there's no way I'm going to be able to have the boundary that I need in this moment to listen to you without it causing a cascade of other reactions. So, recognizing from both sides of this equation that one, that it is important, it is essential for this to be effective, for both parties to be in the right place. And to recognize that even if they're not in the right place in the moment, it doesn't mean that they won't be able to listen to your story sometime. It doesn't mean that they don't care. It just means that they're not in a space right now that they can hear it, or that they can really help you in the way that you need to be helped. Even if you're not trying to help, they're not asking you to help them. They're just wanting to be heard. If you're not in that space. So giving everybody some slack, giving everybody the benefit of the doubt, and allowing everyone to love each other the way that they need to be loved, and but making sure you're loving yourself enough first that you can create those safe spaces when necessary, and that you can find the right people and the right times to let that out, and to be heard and to be seen in the way you need to. Anyway, thanks for listening. Hope this helps. KatieShell.com.